About to go down on my way to get my Marpe Expander removed, so let's do it. This Marpe in for, I think, about 8 or 9 months, so it is long overdue. I'm ready to have all this metal out of my mouth. I'm a little nervous. I'm hoping it's not painful, but luckily Dr. Manuele has a gentle touch, so when he's getting all the screws out, it's fast and quick and no pain. Okay, let's do this thing. Okay, here's my seat, and now we're gonna check out what we're gonna do today. And
My name's Janice. We're going to take out your expander today.
yay! And these are
Some little tools here we
tools.
have. Yeah.
That looks scary.
Not so scary. Got a couple more here. Nothing too scary, I promise.
I have to admit, I've kind of gotten used to having the Marpe in there, and my tongue has something to play with. So it's my last little before she goes bye-bye. It's the man of the hour. What are we doing today?
So we've allowed the upper jaw enough time to settle and for the new bone to fill in. So now the expander is going to come off the top, and we're going to continue to move forward with the aligners. So we'll be creating some new aligners today so that we can finish closing the spaces. So we'll take a look at all the movements we've gotten and see which movements we still need to get, and then we'll create additional aligners to finish up those movements.
And what can I expect as far as pain?
So with getting the expander out, about 4 out of 5 people don't want to be numb at all for it because getting the pins out is a lot easier than getting the pins in. So a lot of times what we'll do is we'll see how you do. We'll start to remove one of the pins, and you'll tell us, hey, that's no problem at all, or you'll tell us, hey, I want to be numb. And so if you want to be numb, we'll get you numb, and then we'll get the rest of the pins out. The expander will come out. And then after that, it's mostly just computer work to get the new aligners.
And how long does it take to take out?
To take out, usually it's going to take about 20 seconds per pin. Sometimes that
Oh,
might
fast.
Yeah, it's pretty quick.
Okay, awesome.
Yep.
Here we go.
But if it's anything that hurts, just stop and we'll get you out. But typically it's just pressure.
You're gonna
Open up, Mom. Wait, was it bleed?
Wow, yeah, that's wild.
Okay, so tell me what the verdict is. What are we doing next? That was actually that was not too bad. The second to last screw kind of felt like it was hitting a nerve a little bit, but it was tolerable and it was fast. What did you do? In fact, you cleaned my stain tags.
Yeah. So the attachments are made
attachments.
out of a composite material, and they can pick up staining. So we polished those, so the staining's gone for now. So hopefully it doesn't come back too quickly. And now we're going to be adjusting. You're not quite done with the upper aligners yet, so we're going to be adjusting the lower aligners to keep the movements going on the bottom while we wait to finish up those movements on the top. And then as soon as we can, we'll get those attachments off the top and get the movements finished up. So we'll see how that goes over the next couple months.
Okay, so the attachments will stay on until I'm done, or am I hearing that you might take them off
The
earlier?
attachments will stay on at least until the front teeth are where they need to be.
Okay.
But there may be some bite settling that we do later that we can take the attachments off for. But yeah, once we get the front
that'd be
teeth
great.
where they need to be, then those can come off.
Okay, so right now I have four more upper aligners. What are you kind of estimating at this point to how many more trays?
Yep. So it's hard to estimate till we work up the plan completely, but you'll probably have four or five more on the bottom today, and then that'll kind of sync up the bottom and the top, and then at that point we'll keep moving them both together, and we'll see.
Okay, awesome.
All right.
And any last minute words of wisdom for what since I got the expander out, what I can expect, what I might expect, good or bad, or
Sure. Yeah, typically the areas where the pins were heal up very, very quickly. If there's ever soreness, you can do warm saltwater rinses, and that just sort of keeps the bacteria down and just lets it heal up. And typically they're so small, there's usually not an issue at all with those healing up pretty quickly. Within a few days, you almost forget they're there, and within a couple weeks, it's healed completely.
Okay, and what about, so obviously we put that expander in to expand my upper palate and move it forward. And then we talked about this before, but let's just reiterate it. How much expansion potentially could I lose or most likely won't lose?
Yeah, so typically once the expander has sat and allowed the bone to heal, at most you're going to lose about 10 to 12% in the bone. And so we overexpand a little bit to account for that.
And when does that happen, if it's going to happen? Is it?
It can happen within basically 2 years afterwards.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there anything to do to help prevent that, or?
Not really. I mean, it like I say, it's a normal kind of physiologic response. The body's always trying to go back to where it was after you're done growing. And so there's just, there's residual pressures of whatever it might be, the teeth, the cheeks, the gums. And so over time, there tends to be a little bit of relapse there, so we plan for that.
And then when I'm all said and done with all my expansion, then we'll look at whether I do a sleep contraption for the nighttime, or if it will be I'll be sleeping with something at night forever.
Yeah, you'll want to retest, right? So once everything is where it needs to be from jaw and teeth standpoint, then you retest and see, how your sleep is doing. If there's still residual issues, then yes, you can transition into some type of appliance to help correct those. Or if it's reading great, then you don't have to do that. So.
But I would be wearing retainers at least at night.
Correct.
Though.
Retainers to hold the teeth at a minimum. That's correct. Yeah.
Got it.
Want to keep those where they need. Once they're moved, we want to keep them there.
Got it. We are going to get pictures. Okay, here we go for my close-up. And look, oh my gosh, look. The tags, attachments are so clean. I love it. I love it. Oh, here we go. Love this look.
Once your next lesson, I'll be pulling.
That was a good stretch. Right, we're one step closer to completion in this mouth journey. You know what? It's been a lot, but it has been so worth it. And if you have any questions, or you're curious, or dealing with things yourself that you're like, I wonder if that could be helpful for me with the tongue tie or the expansion or the aligners, drop your comments below. I'm happy to help.